This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together as a community. We are committed to enlightenment, of course, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and together we are awakening the world. So today's podcast is titled 40K in 40 days in quarantine, making a difference. And it is a big celebration because my biggest heart's desire is to help people awaken, to help them awaken to the truth of who they are and align with the truth of the universe, which is harmony, which is love, which is all the above, recognizing that we're here for a relative experience and we're here to direct consciousness on mind and fully experience the depths of our soul in form. And in that, in bringing that message to the world, money is important. Money is God in expression as well. And it's super important to help people in their suffering awaken to the truth they are, discover their purpose and calling and leave a legacy here. And part of that is understanding impact and understanding how money is part of that. And whether it comes through the dollar bill or whether we exchange it through energy exchange and make an impact, however that is, it doesn't matter. But money is part of life, and to love life is to love all of life. So it's important to celebrate everything that we do, good, bad, the wins, the hard times, everything. We have to celebrate life. It's super important. So part of the intention of Dr. Erin, of Society, of this podcast, of everything we do, New Thought Global, all the above, is to help empower spiritually based business owners, people who are developing themselves as spiritual leaders and coaches, and just people who want to have more impact in their personal and professional life, to become the CEO, as we call it, of their personal and professional life. So today I want to break down how I did 40K in 14 days in quarantine, making a difference. Because look, we want to make the distinction. To just rattle off some sales number is really kind of cheesy, but when it makes an impact, it's freaking awesome. Let's just face the fact. So first, I just want to say that I had so many tears of joy over the course of this because we've had great success in Society. But one thing we chose to not do is to raise capital because we really want this to stay authentic and be able to stay true to what we want, which is in the New Thought lineage, in the metaphysical world, in science of mind and unity and divine science, and in the entire umbrella of the New Thought movement, which is really teaching the mental cure movement and teaching awakening. And we want to stay true to that. So we've had great success, multiple 6 figures, and we'll be going to multiple 7 figures over the course. So stints like this of a 40K over 14 days is really, it proves the model, if you will. Okay, so let's break it on down. 40K in 14 days in quarantine, making a difference. Number one, I want to say that there was no ad spend on this, and I had 0 team. And the reason why is because we're in quarantine. So the team is not working, and my Philippine team also, their internet and everything, they're not able to work right now. They literally are not able to work. And I don't have a huge team, but I have a team. And so this 40K in 14 days, there was no team, no ad spend, which is really great, you guys. This proves the model again and again. Okay, so how did I do it? So the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, I put all business on side as far as like doing any kind of promos, doing any kind of asks, doing any kind of sales presentations, if you will. The first 2 weeks, I just prayed and asked, how can I be used for the highest good? How can the wisdom within Society and this community give back? And we launched what's called the Inner Circle. It's a free community. And we just gave. We gave and gave and gave. And in the Inner Circle, we gave, a free Facebook group, a member site, free content, my book, 40 guided meditations, affirmations, a bunch of things. We also gave away five 5 free support groups a week. All the ambassadors came together and they launched what's called Soul Circle sessions. And they go over a lot of the stuff we go over to help support people check in and actually teach a distinction that will help them kind of get their mind right in the midst of all this. So we did that. We have, close to 1,000 people or something in there now, which is amazing. And then what happened is it was a couple weeks in, and I was talking to a dear girlfriend of mine because I have incredible spiritually based peers that are, big entrepreneurs as well. And I said, how's biz going? I said, we're just launching this, free thing. They said, well, why aren't you offering your programs? People need your work more now than ever. And I went, bing, bing, bing. She's right. So we decided, okay, we're going to do this thing. So what we do in any market, whether it be a market where there's a financial crisis or whether it's atop the market, whatever, we always do one thing. When we're doing our products and pricing, we research the industry to see what is going on in the industry, because there's big people and names and brands that spend a lot of money on research. And so you don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money on research. All you do, I can do it within 1 hour. And I go out and I research all the big hitters in the industry. I take a look at what's going on their website, what's going on social media, see if I can't see an ad or two, and you can see what's going on. So immediately I saw that people were discounting their big programs up like around 80%. That was kind of the common denominator. Okay. So they take the best program that will hit the most people and give the most value, and they discount it 80%. So that's what we did. We took the leadership program because that's really our signature program, because we have an ambassador program that is really our best program in that it certifies people in facilitating the processes that we teach, being trained as a spiritual coach and a business coach. But that's really not for the masses, if you will. Our signature course for most people is the Soul-Sided Leadership, because it goes over all the spiritual mastery and it goes over the business mastery. So you don't have to want to be a spiritual coach. You can be somebody that has a soul-based business. We have real estate agents in there. We have all kinds of people that want to get developed in their personal and professional life based on the metaphysics, based on spiritual principles. Okay. So we took that program and we discounted it by 80%. So instead of it being a $5,000 program, it became a $997 program. Okay. So it is already, even at $5,000, we were able to do the 2 distinctions that I'm going to teach you to do to launch or to make more sales or so on and so forth. And those 2 distinctions are, but before we get there, we have to finish the first part, right? So we priced it, and the lingo goes like this: $997 limited time special offer until the date of whatever it is. For us, it was August 30th. And then it goes back to $5,000 with all the bonuses. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little thing that we're going to do right now, because we're able to keep launching it without some of the bonuses and stay in our integrity. Okay. So there's the first part. You price it out. Second part is you do the 2 parts, which are juxtaposition, and you want to have some type of a time crunch. Okay. So time crunch first. So we did it till August 30th. That way we had 2 weeks, 14 days to say, this is the window. So whether you're doing a launch or whether you are in a pandemic, you can do the same thing and put a window on it. Some people do it for a few days, some people, whatever. For me, I don't want to rush people too much. And I know my own mind when it comes to purchasing. I do like to do some research. So 2 weeks is what I felt right with. Okay. Second is juxtaposition. And what we did is you want to always compare it to other things, okay? For us, we were comparing it to ourselves. Comparing it to Soul-Sided Leadership is normally $5,000, and now you can have it at 80% off at $997, okay? So juxtaposition, it depends on what's going on in the market and where you're at. If you're doing a big presentation, like say I'm doing a masterclass or a webinar, I will do a big juxtaposition compared to other programs. Like, for example, some of the other programs, we might shout out, and there's many of them out there, our comparables can be $40,000, $60,000, $20,000, and we want to bring up those other programs to have them realize that they're getting a good deal. Another great juxtaposition for Soul Society leadership is I've yet to see any spiritual programs that also have business or technology in their teachings, okay? So one of the greatest juxtapositions for us is that there's nowhere you can really get this core work and get a lot of the business development and skill set, okay? So that's a great one. Another juxtaposition for me is that if I work one-on-one with clients, I am $40,000 now. So for them to get a program that's $997 is a no-brainer for them, okay? So those are the two things. You want to have a time crunch so people realize and have to make a decision right now, because as a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a minister, my job is to lead you. My job is to lead you, okay? Coaches, our number one job is to get people committed to themselves, to get them committed to themselves and to their dreams, and to get out of their comfort zone. Otherwise, people go, well, I can just do it on my own. And you're right, you can. You can go Google. You can go figure out how to do this all on your own. The issue is it's going to take you 10 times as long. And so part of that time crunch is what we call COI, which is cost of inaction. Imagine right now, okay, because this is the deal. The world is never going to go back to the way it is, the way it was. The world is never going to go back to the way it was. People are going to have to figure out that we are a global community. We are a global world, and it is important that, number one, we get online so that we connect as that global community. And number two, we have to get online. So if there's pandemics, if there's world wars, if there's world peace, either way, whichever spectrum you go, we want to be connected globally. So businesses, families, like-minded communities are going to have to go online. So it is imperative that the cost of inaction, if people want to do their business online, it's going to get harder and harder because it's going to get more and more noisy. Ads are going to get more expensive. There's going to be a lot more eyeballs, but there's going to be a lot more people doing business online. So the cost of inaction, so say you took 10 times as long to do your business online and launch it and really thrive there, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder because it's going to become more expensive. And it's ever moving. It's not like you learn the online world and you're done. It's like learning Japanese times 1,000, and then it's a moving target. Social media is always changing. Every platform is always changing. It is really about understanding the systems and understanding the basic principles to launch and to scale and really thrive online. And you want to learn from people who have done it before, that are having success, and it depends on the level of who you go through. You might want to go through some huge name, but know that they're not going to give you any one-on-ones. Through Soul Society Leadership, I'm in twice a week in group coaching calls with that program. So here's the deal. Back to the basics. I wanted to celebrate anybody and everybody that is getting touched by this work. And as I had tears of joy, just remembering and knowing so much that all the women that just signed up and all the women and a few men that have signed up in the past, they have such profound impact. And having these tears of joy, I recognize that this work does miracles for people. It does miracles for their own personal life. And it's just an honor. So today, as you're out there, because part of this podcast is for people who are soul-based business owners, people that really love spirituality principles and want to bring it into their family or into their company or into whatever. We do also have a lot of people that desire to become teachers of spirituality. And I say yes. If you've had that calling, it's such a beautiful calling. And as we, roll out being able to license spiritual practitioners and ministers, and as I developed a doctorate program, I just want to say yes. I want to say yes to all the people that are involved. And my team, even though I say it was me, it was our team, I do have a team. My team is Soulciety. The team is the ambassadors. The team is all the incredible women and few men that make a difference, that show up and make a difference in their lives. And so as you go in today, know that you can do greater things than I, as Jesus said. You too will do greater launches than 40K in 40 days. But in quarantine and making a difference in the world, that's what's the most important. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling out. And I just recognize today is a powerful day to recognize that everything is divine, everything is God, everything is spirit, and money is as well. And it is your birthright to claim your birthright of prosperity. And so in this, I just say yes, yes, yes to you, to your message, to your voice, to you becoming the greatest spiritual teacher there ever has been. As together we say, and so it is. I realized I didn't go over our last few things, which is how we put it out. So we put it out, Soulciety Leadership, over the 14 days through Facebook and through Instagram. And what I do is I create a lot of valuable content. And I teach that in Soulciety as well, how to bring content, daily content, and have a social media calendar, and the 9 aspects that you need to bring to your audience for them to trust you, like you, and have you look at you as an expert and bring value. But what we did beyond all that, because I can't get into all that, is we basically did little thumbnails or little stories in Instagram. And once a day or once every other day, generally when I'm doing something like this for 2 weeks, I would put out what the program is, the pricing, how it's a great deal, a little bit about me, a little bit about what they get. I did a couple Q&As where I answered things like, when can I start? Can men do it? How long is it? Do I get lifetime access? Answering all the questions that they'd have. Because when you have a program that's $997, you shouldn't have to get on the phone with them. It should be juxtapositioned in such a way that they are able to make that decision and click a button online and put the information in. Okay. So on that note, I just know perfection, and we go over much more in detail of how this entire launch went and everything within the Soulciety Leadership. Okay. So we are, of course, still offering Soulciety Leadership. A lot of the bonuses went away for that little free time, but it's still available. And we're going to be launching it out at a discounted price because we want to get truth out to the world. You can check it out at soulciety.com/Soulciety Leadership. It's also in my bio across all boards on social media under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. I also go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. PST and noon Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. UK. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciety and Dr. Erin podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free Awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciety. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciety. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day and may you live your truth.